I'd like to share with you a little of my background. I fell in love with the trumpet at age 5, and I can still remember hearing trumpet solos with Gershwin. And I was listening in the living room on the floor, and I still remember it was a yellow record on my record player. And then after that, the rest is all history. Most important in my early training was trumpet study with Isato Pellegrini when I went to Youngstown University, and Roger Voisin at the New England Conservatory. Later, most important was some private study with Adolf Herseth, and he suggested I do some study in Europe and actually helped set up the appointment with the people that I visited there. And then I made several trips there, some with my family, and most of them, though, it revolved around my trumpet playing. And some of the most wonderful people, Europe, England, and Australia. My teaching career included many private students, beginning with my senior year of high school. And actually, that helped pay for my schooling. And then I continued through my career up to the present time. My parents wanted me to be an electrician, like my father and my grandfather. And I was a kind of a maverick, and I wanted to play the trumpet. And so when Mr. Pellegrini helped set up some students for me so that I could earn enough money to pay for school, to pay for food, pay for transportation, keep an old junk car that I had running, and to pay my rent that I had to pay to live at home. So everything by, I think, my second year of undergraduate school started to get really rosy and fun. Trumpet playing was always fun, but a lot of things started working for me really well at that point. After I finished graduate school, most of my career was spent teaching at the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley, Colorado, from 1971 to 2004. I performed during that time with the Rocky Mountain Brass Quintet at UNC, and I was principal trumpet with the Greeley Philharmonic Orchestra from 1971 until 2005, and then I retired, but they asked me to come back as associate principal and second trumpet from 2005 until 2019. During the period from 1968 to 1970, it was a time when I had just been hired after I finished my graduate degree, and I went back to Youngstown University, and I got a job teaching there as the third trumpet teacher. And it was so much fun. I got all the students that nobody else wanted. And those people just loved the fact that I cared about them. And so that made my job absolutely fantastic. And I remember during that time, I had 2 days a week that I could do whatever I wanted. And so I remember I would go out and sit in the woods across from the road from my parents' farm and just enjoy the days out there, and actually in the fall, sometimes some rain. And it was beautiful. And I thought, boy, this college teaching job is just the greatest. So anyway, about the second month or the third month of my teaching there, I was invited by Uncle Sam to take a leave after my first semester there and serve in the Army. And that happened on a Thursday, I remember, and I set up an interview with the United States Army Band in Washington, D.C., and I actually got the job. And that was also fun. I've been a member of the International Trumpet Guild since its formation in 1975, and I served on the board of directors for 24 years, as well as serving 2 terms as vice president and 1 term as president. I consider the International Trumpet Guild to be a most important factor in my success as a teacher and performer. I suggest membership and participation in ITG to be extremely helpful for any trumpet player or teacher, young or old. And I consider the International Trumpet Guild to probably be the most important influence in my development as a trumpet teacher and performer. I began this venture of trumpet designing and manufacturing in 2005 after I retired from the University of Northern Colorado as an adventure in improving the quality and ease of playing the instrument by providing the basic tools, trumpet and mouthpiece, of high quality at a reasonable price. I continue to make improvements by reworking and redesigning my inventory and by innovative new products and design.